Welcome to One Player Fiasco, where I will be playing a game of Fiasco. One person, and we're going to be playing today. We're going to be playing Horse Fever. How this goes. So, the story is this: backing the wrong horse. Horseburg is a foul city, grey like the dust you breathe in the Bloss's racetrack. One breath is enough to fill your lungs with corruption, greed, and filthy lies. Before nightfall, all kinds of ne'er-do-wells crowd the bleachers, cursing at the horses they spend their life savings on. But when the sun vanishes behind the city hall, you can see the rotten heart of this town. A grim fog hide the elusive, shady types scheming to decide the winning horse for tomorrow. O'Brien, the Irishman, passes bribes on Pier 7, and down at old Daniel's pub they never stop whispering. Once I had the luck of being invited to the bridge table of Inspector Recherche. It's always best to mind your own business, grasp information here and there and use it to bet heavy tomorrow. See, in this city, luck won't make you filthy rich. There's people out there who'll sell their own mothers for a reliable tip. Some say you just need to know the right people. But then, the right people will want favours in return. Many of these geniuses are down at the docks wearing fashionable cement shoes. Myself, I'm for natural remedies. I'll just stick to a worn-out nag named Bosson nobody would bet a dime on, and make my money by grabbing the Mexican jalapenos, sticking it up in the right place at the right time. Welcome to Horse Fever. And we're going to pick up a random players here. So, we have this, and that is our setup. We've got 3 different characters, player 1, player 2, and player 3. The first, player 1, player 2 relationship. Relationship is from the past, a debt never paid, and the need to get respect from your superiors by seizing the initiative. Yes, so these are 2 lackeys, 2 betting lackeys, 2 people who get all the money together for the bets in the day on the racetrack and go and try and bump up the numbers by doing nefarious activities so that their superior, the one who runs the betting shop, the main betting shop of the racetrack, there are many, but this is the main one, is so that he is impressed. Yes. And their relationship, a debt never paid. One of them had a debt that they had in the past. They borrowed the other guy's car and crashed it into a tree and never paid it back, never made any sort of reparations for this broken car. So is now always in debt, doesn't want to be working in this racetrack. They want to be working in a place a nursery for plants. And they have to stay in this racetrack because they're paying back by working in the racetrack. So, player 2 to player 3, the relationship is a former business partners. Okay, so the older of the 2, the more serious, the more senior of the 2 lackeys, the helpers, player 1 and player 2, he used to be in big business in New York. Johnny, player 2 is called, I needed a random name generator. That's my preparation up. We need a random name generator. Quick, easy random name pick. There we are. So, player 2 this is. Player 2, George Pittman. Yes, George Pittman used to work in the... let's put the name gruff. George Pittman, he used to work... Cockney. He's Cockney. George Pittman, he used to work in the big business. That was him. That's his voice. Now we know him a little better. This is player 2, right. He used to work in the big business. And player 3. Player 3 isn't normally in the racetrack. They have just come into the racetrack for the first time on this wonderful Wednesday morning. The relationship between those two people, George and Player 3, is a former business partners. Player 3 is... we're going to give her a name. She's going to be Vera Lewis. Big business. She owns a company. She owns a company on... what's the name of the place where lots of things go, where people jump out of the tall high-rise buildings? I was going to say Downing Street, but it isn't. In America. No, she owns a giant... in the city. Let's say it's in London, because I can't remember the name of that place where the stock exchange is in America. She lives in the city, in London. She owns one of the biggest companies for making horseshoes on an industrial level, a bigger business than you would ever expect it to be. They ship most of their shoes out to the Middle East. In the Middle East, they put the shoes on camels, and the camels can go 30% faster. And with this 30%, we have put our stock up 30% every year. 20% equals 30% equals 40%. Happier Vera Lewis. Good for me. RP is her accent, let's say. And that first person, the valuable object, an ownership certificate for the purebred Napoleon. Yes, Vera Lewis, she owns Napoleon. Napoleon is tipped to be the winner of the Grand National that's happening at this moment on Horse Fever Racetrack. Napoleon. And finally, we've got the parent-in-law and the child-in-law. So she is the parent-in-law. She married the husband of... she married the husband. She married her husband. Her husband has a child from a former marriage, and that child is Player 1. Player 1 has a name. We'll give them either. They can be anything. Rod Hopkins. Rod Hopkins is a little kind of 14-year-old guy. Yeah, and he's like a street smart guy. Kind of cheeky chappy, and he works he works as a lackey. You see, so he's the one that he smashed George Pitchman's car. You know, he was just driving his car, broke it, and now he has to work for George Pittman. But really, he works in the restaurant. He works in the restaurant, and he crashed the car. Cool, got you. So that's Rod Hopkins. Rod Hopkins, Player 1. George. Oh, shit! I forgot there we go. George Pittman. He runs. He's the kind of top lackey for the main betting shop by Bobbity Bob, which is the I should have given Bobbity Bob's. Bobby, etc. Bobbity Bob's betting shop, and I run this. Rod Hopkins, cheeky chappy worky guy, kind of for Glasgow. After I eat down, otherwise I forget. And then we've got Vera Lewis, a big business boss, RP, who just happens to be Rod Hopkins' mother-in-law. I don't like it. I don't like that he's working here at this racetrack because it's not a good thing for a member of my family. But of course, I do like a little bit of racing myself because I'm allowed to, because I have a lot of money, you see. And I have a racehorse, Napoleon. There we are. Good. Let us start with scene 1. So, the sun rises on a nice Wednesday morning on the Horse Fever Racetrack. Today is tipped to be an exciting day, or indeed an exciting day, if you want to get grammatical about it. And on this day, we're going to have the qualifiers for the next stage of the Grand National. Not just the Grand National, but the Grand National, which will be held in Belfast. And so, on this day, we have little cheeky, sharpy, smart Rod Hopkins, and he's going to be working in the restaurant of the race track. He says, slowing down the way he speaks while he thinks. Yes. We're going to have one scene each, rather than two scenes each per section. And here we are. We open looking at Rod setting out the tables, and his boss, Frank, is ordering them around because there are going to be a lot of people in this restaurant this morning. Oh, I'm putting out the glass. I'm going to get clean. This glass is really not very clean. Oh, for God's sake, man. It's really terrible. Alright, clean. What's his name? Rod! Have you cleaned those glasses? Have you set those tables? Aye, sir, I've really done that. It's something I do my job really well. I'm sorry, I'm not fast like I was supposed to be, but I got in late, you see, because my ma was my ma-in-law, because she's not my real ma. She wanted to come to the racetrack, and it took her ages to put her. I don't want to hear any excuses, Rod. You always have excuses. Just get these tables done and get them set. I'll do that. And can I just have a wee break after I've done it? Because I've got to go and I've got to go and just check it on my ma. Is that okay? I'm not going to give you any more chances, Rod. But yes, fine. Your mother-in-law is just too important to this racetrack, and as a result, you can do it. Seems to have gone quite well for him. He's not, in fact, going off to check on his mother-in-law. His mother-in-law is away down at the pub, or in the bar, I should say, in the racetrack. But what he needs to do is to go and take some money. He's got some money that he got from some of the bettors. He needs to go and take it to George Pittman, who's gonna take it to the Bobbity Bob, the main betting person on the racetrack. So how's it going to go well for him? Now, as far as it seems, seems very likely it's going to go well, because we have just made it that Frank, his boss, has said it's okay. So is it going to go well? Yes, it is going to go well, and Rod Hopkins gets a positive outcome for his scene. So off I go. I'm down at the restaurant. I clean up the things, put out all of the knives and forks, and I just get out of the restaurant. I've got to go with my money and go and find George Pittman so that I can give him the money. Didn't really need to say that in his voice. Could have said it in the narrator's voice. Next, Player 2's scene. Player 2 is George Pittman, and he's down on the racetrack. He is currently leafing through many pieces of betting slips to try and forge some of them so that he can get a winner. He doesn't know who the winner is. The races haven't started today. He's just practicing, just in case. He's practicing his forging. He'll throw them away afterwards. And he is he's going to be on the racetrack. Okay, one. Oh dear, better set my timer off better. There we are. Right, okay, so I've got to get the loop of the writing. There's the signature of Bobbity Bob a little bit better. Lick my pen. There we go. No, it's a little bit round. I'm going to throw that one away. Maybe I'll get it good. Oh, it's a lovely day today. I think we're going to make a lot of money. Along comes Rod. Sir, hi. I've got that money that you wanted me to give you. Here you go. There you are. Thank you, Rod. You're a good boy, Rod. be a shame to lose you if we had to lose you here. Why? What have you heard? Have you heard that something bad's going to happen to me? Like, is it that type of film? Don't know what you're talking about, little Rod. Just take care of yourself. Now remember to go and bring me the illicit bets that you get from your restaurant clientele. You know you got today, yeah. Yeah. Well, we've got King George. King George is coming in. We've got Frankie McSpanky. He's coming in. And we've got the Great Magoo. The magician who's in town. He's gonna give us an what did you say? An illicit bet today. Very good. Good memory there, Rod. Now, I'm gonna go and get myself a cigarette, and I am gonna get myself a high roller. They've already come in, you see, little Rod. Oh, that's very interesting. Aye, they're out there milling about just before the first race goes, and I reckon one of those people has a ridiculous amount of money that I can swindle out of him by giving him a tip on one of the horses. Napoleon. Oh, Napoleon! Aye, that's my mum-in-law's. Aye, could you put a little in for me? You got any money? No. Can you sub me until the end of the day? I'll give you at the end of the day. They'll pay me at the end of the day. I'm afraid no, little Rod. Can't do that since you broke my car. But I'll put some money on you. Tell you what, if you can get me some money later for the last race of the day, if Napoleon's in it, and you know what, I think it will be, and then I'll put a bet on for you. Right, okay, get some money before the last race. I can do that. Okay, sure. Fine. So how's this going to go for George Pittman? George Pittman, it seems to be going quite well. Everything seems to be fine. So I'm going to say it's very likely it goes well for... Well, one of the things he's going to do is he's going to try and find a high roller. So let's see, can he get a high roller to part with his money? Let's say somewhat likely. He's probably going to do it. He's quite good at it. It's going to be somewhat likely. And it says... yes! Off he goes. Positive outcome for George Pittman. I'm going to... So he goes up to this... Goes across. The people are milling around. The first race is going to set off in 5 minutes. And he sees a guy. A guy with a big top hat. This is traditional wear for someone who has lots of money. He's going to go to that guy with the traditional top hat. He sidles up to him. Excuse me, sir. Couldn't help noticing you were looking at the board. Are you here to swishel your wiggle?
Oh, swishel my wiggle? What do you mean?
Are you here to make some money on the horses?
Well, you know, I've never really betted before, but Auntie said that she bets all the time, and I thought, well, why not? You know, it's Wednesday, it's a nice day, I'll come out, maybe I can make a little money on the horses.
Maybe you can, my friend, maybe you can. How much money have you got?
Well, it's quite... some. I thought maybe just £5, you know, just as a flutter, you know, a little flutter into the horses. It'll be absolutely fine. It's just for fun, you know. I don't need to spend money.
Oh no, makes sense, you know. Would be a shame though. It'd be a shame to not get a winner when you're here on such an auspicious race.
Oh, really? In what sense is it such a special race?
Well, you know, Napoleon's running in this race, and Napoleon is tipped to do very good things. You know what? There are several races today. if you were to put, I don't know, let me say like £20, just a small amount, you're going to put £20 on Napoleon. If it does well, maybe you could put a bit more the next race if it goes through. That's what I'd recommend as a starter. I work for the biggest betting shop, Bobbity Bob Bob's betting shop.
Okay, well, you seem like a knowledgeable chappie. I will do that, you £20, you say? Yes, let me get down £20. There you are. Very good. And then you give me a betting slip. That's very good. Oh, thank you very much. I feel quite good, This is quite... thank you so much. I'll come back and see you if it wins. And I'm sure it will. Yes.
End scene. So that was that scene. And we've got Vera Lewis. Vera Lewis is the owner of Napoleon. And she's currently in the bar having a champagne. Because why not? I better set on my timer. Yeah. Yes. Of course, she says to the man sitting next to her, who is plastered drunk at this point, even though it is only 10 o'clock in the morning. And well, of course, I grew up around horses, Yeah, I don't consider it a very good profession. It's just the nature of horses. It means I come back to them again and again. Yes. And my horse, Napoleon, my horse is running today. Yes, it's like having a child. You just see them in school sports. Oh, sorry, I spilled some champagne on you there. You just see them in school sports days running, and you feel so proud of them. Yes, absolutely. So yes, have you come to the betting, to the racing for very long? No, I wouldn't think so. No, perhaps not. But maybe if you were to come more often, you would start to feel the urge to buy yourself a racehorse. And at this moment, the drunk man next to her vomits all over her shoes. Oh dear, sir. Oh no, this is just really terrible. A terrible start to the day. Oh God, what an oik! I can't believe I was talking to you. What do I do? Does the scene go well for her? It doesn't seem very good for her. It seems rather bad. So we're going to say it's pretty unlikely. Is it very unlikely it's going well for her? This is very unlikely because she's got sick all over her shoes. Let's be honest. No, it's a negative for that. She is doing badly. And how does that go? Well, she's covered in sick, and she goes, "Oh dear, I've better go and find a way to clean my shoes. Oh, this is absolutely horrible. What a start to a day." And she downs the rest of her champagne, as you do, and leaves the bar. Do we do more scenes? I think we do more scenes. So. Okay, so second round of scenes. We've got the scene in sorry, freaked out there. Brain disappeared. So we've got Ron Hopkins. He has to rush back to the restaurant, but he's going to stop, as he usually does, in the paddock of the horses. He goes to check out the horses and give them a little pat and a sugar lump, which he's taken from the coffee bar in the restaurant. The boss doesn't know he does this.
All right, there. Goldie McGold. I am doing really well with the name creation in this game. Goldie McGold and Bobby McBob's Bobbity Bob. Aye. You're going to run well today, Goldie. Aye. And you over there, little Chicky Wickle. Aye, little Chicky Wickle, come here. Oh,
and the horse is... Because it's a cold horse. It's a cold day. Oh, cold.
ah. Goody little chickly, chicky, ficky, hicky, wickle, as I like to call you. Here, have a sugar lump. Ah. You know, people think I'm an oik. You know, people think I'm a bad guy, but really I'm not. I could be a jockey one day. Well, I'm a bit tall, but maybe I could be a trainer. You know, I'd like to do that. I think it's a noble profession, despite what my mother-in-law, what's her name, Vera Lewis, said. Names, terrible names. Yeah, I just you know, I could do well. I could be a trainer. I've got these dreams. You know, I'm going to go away. And I'm going to be a dreamer. I'm going to be a real trainer of horses. And as he's there in the paddock, he's thinking of his future. Here he is, flash forward to him in the future. Oh, here, come on, and Tinky McWinkle, run faster. Aye, I'm the best trainer in the world. Flash back to him in the paddock. He's imagining his future. And it's not just imagining his future, that's what's going to happen. Or is it? We don't know. Maybe it's a dream, maybe it's an imagination, or maybe it's really the future. Does it go well for him or doesn't it go bad for him? I mean, it's quite nice. It's a pretty nice thing for him to happen. Yeah, it's very likely that it goes well for him in this moment. He's having a nice time. Nobody's telling him off. He doesn't have to do anything. Extreme yes is the answer. So not only is he feeling good about this, he is rejuvenated just being around horses. He's like, well, you know what? I've got so much energy now. I'm doing so well. Positive outcome. I'm doing so well. I feel like I could take on the whole day. I totally could. I could do that. And off he goes back to his work. Or in the direction of his work. Next, George Pittman. He is now at the ticket office. The place where the betting happens with Bobbity Bob. Okay, this is going to be changed every day. Bobbity Bob. The guy who runs the betting, and he's handing in all of the money that he's just taken because the first race is going to be starting up. Now I have got all this money here. Here you go, sir. Bobbity Bob doesn't speak, just kind of mimes. Aye, you're right. It was quite a lot of money compared to what we were expecting. It's bigger, yeah, it's bigger than before. And here's all the slips that the receipts for the slips that I did. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I just forgot to fill in all the bits on the right. I always do that. It doesn't matter though. It's got the names. You know, it's good. We know who they are. All what we haven't got is like the identifying numbers that they have to have when they come in. I just always forget to ask for them. You know. I understand. It's my last chance. Okay, I've got to do this. I will. Next race. Okay. I'll make sure to get their numbers so that we can identify them and make sure that they're not like false. They're not like forged or anything. I thought he was supposed to be Cockney. He's turned a Glaswegian now. All right, but I have now. All right, yeah, I understand. There we are. And there we are. So he's handed in the money. We know his boss is pissed. Bobbity Bob is pissed off at him. How likely is it to be going well? So it's somewhat unlikely that is going to go well for him. But it's not too bad for him. So we'll say somewhat unlikely. And we have got no, doesn't go well. That's a negative. That's a negative for George Pittman. He goes off. Like theoretical. I don't know. Metaphorical. That's the word. Metaphorical slap on the back of the hand for not doing his work done. Oh dear, I feel like I'm going to get ousted at some point, but I've got this plan. You see, I'm gonna
I'm going to make sure that if I do badly with the numbers, that I could start to introduce maybe one day, just an idea, start to introduce like forged slips, because he'll get used to me not filling in those numbers. You see, I've got a plan. Yeah, I've got a plan. Just in case. And he walks out into the paddock, or near the paddock, so that he can be there for the start of the race. And the final scene of the first section, Act 1, is Vera Lewis. Vera Lewis has just cleaned her feet up in the bathroom, and she's waiting by the side of the track for the horse. End of Act 1, we're going to get the horse race. So Vera Lewis. Vera Lynn is a different person. Vera Lewis is there. She's right there by the track. Oh, look. Oh, the race is starting. Got my betting slips. There's Napoleon in number 3. And the race is off. And the horses, that's what they're called. The horses, and they're going. And they're going. And Napoleon taking the lead out of the front. And next to Napoleon, we've got the smiggled high backer. The smiggled high backer is really tipped to be one of the biggest horses here in the competition. It's about 3 times bigger than all of the other horses, and for this reason we think he's going to win today. And the smiggled high backer is next to my mum's fridge. Yes, my mum's fridge, and my mum's fridge is going. And my mum's fridge is going underneath the smiggled high backer. Smiggled high backer is so big that my mum's fridge is going, and it's there in the slipstream. Together they're going faster than Napoleon. Oh, and Napoleon's falling back. Napoleon's falling back. I'm going to make it only having a three race horse race here, because I can't remember 3 names, more than 3 names, and even if I can't remember those ones. Oh, and then Napoleon takes the corner. It goes past the spiggled high backer, and my mum's fridge hanging around underneath it. And Napoleon cuts across them around the corner, around the bend. And now Napoleon is out in front. Napoleon's out in front, and the spiggled high backer is having trouble because it's got one horse underneath it and one horse in front of it. And it really is having a problem here. Oh, and the spiggled high backer. Oh, it looks like it's fumbling. Its legs are fumbling next to my mum's fridge, and the spiggled high backer. Oh, the spiggled high backer has fallen over. My mum's fridge is running around in circles, and Napoleon takes the lead. Napoleon goes past. It's almost up to the finish, and Napoleon wins. And the other 2 are out, disqualified for foul play. And there, Vera Lewis is like, oh, it won. I mean, of course, I knew it was going to win. I put a lot of money on it. But my goodness, that was quite a race. That was quite a race. Wonderful. God, better go and get my winnings. Oh, but it does not really matter about the winnings. My horse run. This is the first time I've seen my horse running. Wow, I'm over the moon. Does it go well? Or does it go badly for her? I mean, it's extremely likely. It kind of has to be that it's going to go well. So let's see. Bum bum bum. Yes! Goes well for her. Her horse has won. And we've got a positive outcome. What this means is we have, going into Act 2, we have just 1 positive outcome left, and a set of 4 negative outcomes. So things are going to start going badly in Act 2. But let's do our little count up of the things. So Rod Hopkins, start with Rod Hopkins. They have 2 positive outcomes. Then George Pittman has a positive and a negative. Things are not going so well for George Pittman. And similarly, Vera Lewis, although she just won the race, also a positive and a negative. So we're going to find, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different positive cards. We're going to use a 1d4 to find out which of those positive cards we are going to run with in our tilt. That will be 1d4. We'll take the first one. So that will be 3. 1, 2, 3. So the positive outcome that we'll be going with is guilt. Greed calls the shots. Which seems apt, given there's all this money going around. And there are only 2... You have to get a different type here. Only 2 of these negative cards. Everything's been going peachy for everyone at the start of this game. That could only mean one thing. So, number 2, so that means that the negative card that we have is confusion, followed by pain. Going in to Act 2 of this horse fever. In Act 2, we have... we're going to start with Rod Hopkins. Now, Rod Hopkins, things have been going pretty well for him. He's got 2 positive cards. It's the only one. And he's going back to the restaurant. He has to go and get some money for the next race, which is when one of those people, the great Magoo, was it the magician? The great Magoo is in for a meal now, and they want to bet under the table for one of the horses in race number 2. And so first he's got to identify who the great Magoo is in the restaurant in a sly, surreptitious way. Hi, here I am. Okay, I clean up. Me, Rod Hopkins, just to remind myself of my name. Okay. Boss. What did the boss do? Yes, Rod. So you're back. Very good. You're doing really well in the service. I was very abrupt with you this morning, but you have, for some reason, when you came back, you just filled with energy, and you're doing very well serving those tables. Good job, Rod. Thank you, boss. I really appreciate it. I was just wondering, table 4 over there. There's a guy with a top hat and pigeons coming out of his arms. Different guy from with the top hat, not the same one. A lot of top hats going around. It is, after all, a racing day, and hats are important. That guy over there, the guy with the pigeons, doves. Sorry, the white ones are called doves. And he's got cards all over the table. Nobody's serving him. Can I go and serve him? Well, that was supposed to be Betty's table. I don't really see why table 4 is in your court, so to speak. Even though we're on a racetrack, so there's a different type of sport. I'd like to do it. He seems like he might be a magician. I just put it out here. All those doves. He might be a magician. I quite like magic when I was young, and I'd like to go and serve him. Does it work? Does he allow... So, he laughs, because we've only got one positive outcome. I think for the sake of the story, we might make it negative. So the key is, little Rod, young Rod, I should say, we are very strict. Very, very strict about who takes the tables. We don't want to throw off our system here in the restaurant, okay? I think you should just keep to the tables with double numbers, and table 4, leave them up to the people who are in charge of them, because I've forgotten the name that I've just given to the other waitress. Oh, sir, okay, I don't know. Let's find out. So we're going to do... It's very unlikely that he gives them the table. No. Good. I'm going to use up some of our negative cards. Although, it would have been good for Rod to come out positive there in the end. Well, okay, I don't know. It's negative anyway. We've made the decision. So he's got to go and get the money some other way. But for the moment, he's just like, oh crap! I've got this guy over there. I can't really go and talk to him. Maybe I could go and talk to him in my break. But it's like, crap. I don't know. Fuck. Shit. What am I going to do? I can't get that money around. I'm just going to serve these other tables at the moment. So we go away. He's not served the tables. He's not got the money in that he needs to get. He needs to get his respect from his superior. That's one of our needs. Who is George Pittman. So he's not doing particularly well there. So George Pittman, he is... I need an idea. I have ideas where he's going to go. Let's roll ourselves a dice. Give myself an idea. Talking. He's going to be talking to Vera Lewis. So he's gone to the pub. Right. No, he's not Scottish. He's all right then. Yeah, he's got to go to the pub, get himself a little shandy because I've been working hard this morning. Yeah, I'm gonna get a shandy. It's really good, just like a big pint of shandy. Yeah, right, here we go. And Vera Lewis. No, she's not Scottish. Vera Lewis. No, what the hell? She's not. She's RP. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, my man. Excuse me. Oh, bartender. Oh, they're so bad here in this serving in this bar. It's so hard to get service. All right, I see. Haven't seen you here before. You come here often. Are you trying to chat me up, man? No, not trying to chat you up. Just wondering if you were, want a little flutter, don't want you to bet. I'll have you know that I am an owner of Napoleon. Oh, I do apologise, Miss Lewis. I haven't seen you at the racetrack before. I didn't know what you looked like. I do apologise. I'm from Bob's betting shop. Let me get you a drink. What are you having? I'll have a champagne, please. I'm on champagne today. Yeah, he did very well in the race, don't you think? Oh yeah, really good, really good race, that one. Yeah, Napoleon was bound to win it, but really won it because the other horses just fell over. That is not a good thing when you're a horse falling over, but I don't know who allowed a 3 times or 4 times, I can't remember, a really big horse to run. That was a mad decision, but it did not go well. No, but I'm very happy. Yes, do you have a lot of bets come in for my horse? Yeah, lots of bets for Napoleon. You'll be doing good today. Really good, yeah. Barkeep, yeah, Brian, can you just give us a couple of drinks? And so, does it go well for him or does it go badly? I mean, he hasn't. It seems to be going well. It seems to be going well. We'll do it at 50-50 because we have not got many cards left. We've only got one positive. No, it does not go well for him. So we've got a negative. How does it go badly for him? Yeah. So he's called over. He's got his drink. The barkeep serves the champagne, serves him the shandy, and then the barkeep says, George, I don't want to say this in front of company, but well, it turns out that one of the people that you gave a ticket to earlier today, turns out that's come up as forged. Yeah, I just heard it through the tannoy, the secret tannoy we have. Oh, really? So nice to see you, miss. I've got a bit of business to talk to. Yeah. Did you happen to know which one it was? Well, I was. Oh shit! What was this accent? I can't remember. I don't know, but I believe it was a guy with the top hat, but not the magician. Or was it the magician? We don't know. He did seem to have some sort of ferret up his trousers. Oh right, okay, yeah. There was a guy who had a top hat. Did he have a ferret down his trousers? I just thought he was really happy to see me. But yeah, maybe it's this guy, Don't know. Oh shit, I'm in deep trouble. Okay, so let me stop there. Dun. It goes badly for him. Did we give him his negative thing? Yeah, we did. Do we decide, is this guy with the top hat that we had earlier, is he really the magician? No, I don't know. It's difficult to say, really. Probably, it feels like not. Feels like it isn't the same person. But then maybe there's something linking those two people. So, our next scene is with Vera Lewis. Oh no, that's not how she speaks. Vera Lewis, Cufford. No, let's just flashback to when she was a child. She was in the field. She's in the field. Speaking of my narrative voice, there she is in the field in the paddock. She's going around with her horse, Blackie, who's a black horse, and he just used to run around the fields. It was in that moment that she realised that she wanted to have a horse in the Grand National. Yes, here I am. Oh yeah, young little Vera Lewis, driving around, looking at the horse. Oh, Blackie, you run so well. You run like the wind. Yes. I can just imagine you on the horse race. Yeah, that big horse race that the mum and dad watch. Mummy and daddy, of course. It'd be mummy and daddy, not mum and dad if you've got lots of money. Mummy and daddy are running round. They put lots of money. Yes, Daddy lost the Jeep. He lost the Jeep last year, putting it on the wrong horse. But they were so happy. Yes, and they've never been happy to me. They've never been happy when they look at me. They say, "You are a disappointment." This is what they say. Yes. So I've got to prove myself. You know, I've got to go and start a business, a horse business. And I've got ideas. Yeah, horse hats, horse handbags. One day I'll come up with an idea that'll work well. As we know, it's horseshoes. A lot more standard than a horse handbag, but not as interesting. Oh yes, but one day, you know, Blackie. This is Blackie. Also a very cold horse. Oh Blackie, one day I'll have a horse just like you, that will run in the Grand National, and then Mummy and Daddy will feel proud of me. End scene. Is it going to go well for her? I mean, it's not going very well. She's like, yeah. I mean, she's never had her. We'll make it no way. She's never had her mum and dad's approval. Extreme no. Not only. Let's flash forward a little bit, and we see it's a hospital room, and her mum and her dad are both in plaster casts of the comic proportions, but just complete body covered in plaster casts, and they've been in a car crash. The doctor's saying, "I'm sorry, Vera. We think, well, they're on life support, but they're probably not going to make it. I'm sorry." Oh no, but can they speak? They've never said that they're proud of me, and I really want, before they die, for them to say that they're proud of me. No, I'm sorry. They're brain dead. Never going to speak again. You're just going to have to take that with you for the rest of your life, and maybe do ridiculous things like starting up a business that sells horseshoes, just on the hope that you might make their memory proud of you. But it'll never happen, and you'll always feel bad. Oh, that's a lot to lay on someone, Doctor. Right. Flash forward. Finish flashback. That's the end of that scene. It goes badly, very badly for her. Okay, so we got to our final round of scenes. I seem to only have 2 cards left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, what? 12, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, I'm missing 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing a positive. I'm missing a positive. I didn't know. I've got 2 positives. Oh, wow. That's interesting. That's what happens when you don't set up the game properly at the beginning. Right, so we're going into Rod Hopkins. So Rod Hopkins, he's gone out for a cigarette. Out round the back. No, is he a smoker? Yeah, he's gone out for a cigarette under the guise of taking out the trash, or indeed the rubbish if you're from the UK. So here I am. I'm in there. I'm going to put there's so much rubbish in here. Hate this, Oh, I know we put out the trash as well. The American one. This is the one where they put the hamburgers in when they go off. And round the corner comes a character. Yes, a character. Oh, fuck. I forgot about the tilt elements. What an idiot. Tilt elements. Guilt calls the shots. And tragedy. Confusion followed by pain. So we've done a whole load of those without... I mean, greed. There's a lot of greed going here. And I think there's a good fair bit of confusion in the backstory of Vera Lewis. Yes. So, but yeah, we're in the alleyway. And around the corner comes Mr. Magoo. Mr. Magoo, the man with the hat. And the pigeons. No, they're doves. Aye. Oh, sir. I really needed to see you. Did you indeed? And who might you be? I'm Royal Hopkins, sir. No, I'm from the bookies. But I heard you wanted to put on a bet. You want to put in a bet? Who's asking? Well, I am, sir, and the bookies, Bobbity Bob Bobs. But sorry, no, I know you're not going with Bobbity Bob. You wanted to go with George. George. Ah, yes, George. Yes, I'd like to put £100 on the last sticker. Is that the name of a horse? Yes, it's the name of a horse. The last sticker. Right, okay. Yeah, sure. So I can take it to George. He's given me a slip. He didn't know how much you wanted to put on it, so I've left it blank so I can fill it in now. Right. Good. I will give you that money now. Aye, that'd be good. I don't know why you paused there for so long. It's a completely obvious transaction. No, I'm sorry. There was just a ferret going into an untoward place in my trousers, and it just caused me a little bit of consternation. Is that the right word? I don't know what consternation means. Anyway, here's your £100. And while you're at it, pick a card. Right, yeah, you're going to do a magic trick. Oh, here we go. Okay, I've got a card. Now, tell me what it is. That's not how it works. No, it is. That's how this particular trick works. Okay. Well, it's the 5 hearts. Now, look under your hat. Rod is wearing a little peaky hat. And there inside is we see a sign that says, "It's the 5 of Hearts." My God, that was amazing! How did you do that? That was so good. I mean, wow! I used to love magic, but seeing it up close. Thank you, sir. That was really nice. I feel really elated and up myself. No problem. I like to make people happy. Now I'll be back coming to you with my winnings from the last sticker. Ooh, that ferret is really causing problems. So, did that scene do well for Rod, or did it not? I think it went very well. I think it's very likely it went well. Given that I have an extra positive that I didn't know that I had, very blooming likely, near sure thing, in fact. Yes, did it go well? Dun dun dun. Yes, it did. So he's got a positive. Good on you, Rod. He's got his money. He's going to go off to George. George. Things are not going so well for George. George is like, oh shit. Fuck. Running out of battery. I saw him like, oh shit, I've got what I'm going to do. Because I've got this big money coming in, and I've got all this money, and I've got these false tickets. What am I going to do? He's not a Scottish man. I keep what? All right, Matt. Right, yeah. I've got all these tickets. What am I going to do? I'm going to be out of a job. The boss, he's not going to know. Oh God, I better not make any more illicit bets today. It's not allowed. Better make sure that Rod doesn't make any more illicit bets because this is really bad. Here comes because why? Because we found out that one of our illicit bets was there. The other guy with the top hat. Oh no! It was under the table, so to speak. Along comes Rod.
All right, man. I'm just here with this with the money from the Mr. Magoo. And we've got the other guys in for the other races.
Oh no, please. Call it off. We can't do it.
I've got the money now. Okay, I've got to do it, man. I've got to put it on. What was it? The last sticker. That's what this sticker says. It's the last sticker, right?
Oh no. No, go away, boy. I can't deal with it.
Does it go well or does it go badly? Well, I mean, the boy is not going to do very much. So, very unlikely. Very unlikely. Oh, but it does go well for George. So, positive.
All right. Okay. I can solve this. I'm a clever guy. Me, Rod. Okay, we've got this illicit bet, but really, if you think about it, like, what's the point of having an illicit bet? It's just so that you can get the money, no? Right? So fine. You don't want any more illicit ones. I'll just take this to Bobbity Bob, and I'll put it over the counter. Right? Yeah, but we do need the number for the, if it's going to be like not illicit, we do need the number for the Mr. Magoo. Did you get his identification number?
I don't know. Let me have a look.
I don't think so. And he takes out the piece of paper that was in his hat, and in fact, it's written on the back of his betting slip. A copy of his betting slip. You can see in fact, it's not a copy of his betting slip. On the piece of paper that is written, you've got the 5 of whatever diamonds or whatever it was. You can see the writing has gone through from the betting slip. It was written on top of the piece of paper, so you can read the number. So they write down the number, and right, okay, we can take this to Bobbity Bob. And they've got that sorted. Positive. The final scene. It's gonna have to be negative. The final scene is that. Let me check my battery. It's gonna. Oh, it's good. It's got a fair bit. It's going to be negative. And that is Vera Lewis. So Vera Lewis, she is, she's waiting again at the side of the track. The next race is starting up, and the last sticker and Napoleon are running in this race, as is Terry's ferret. Terry's ferret, which is a horse. It's not a ferret. It just has very ferrety features, and the jockey is required to carry a ferret on his back at all times. Terry's ferret, because Terry likes a ferret. And who wouldn't? But it's starting up, and Vera, there I am. I'm standing at the side of the race. Oh, there's Napoleon. Oh no, there's Napoleon standing next to another, the last sticker, and Terry's ferret. I'm sure Napoleon's got, no, she doesn't talk like this. She's got an RP. Oh yes, we're going to talk like this. Terry's ferret. Oh, there's a lot of odds on Terry's ferret, but Napoleon can do it. I do believe it. I do believe that Terry's ferret is not going to be faster than Napoleon. And of course, the last sticker, the last sticker is just a terrible runner. We will pass the last sticker in no time. And the race is up. Oh, and the crowd hushes down. Silence. And the starting gun. Is there a starting gun in racing? I don't know. The starting gun goes off, and they're off. They're down the racetrack, and the last ferret is out in front. The ferret is over the shoulder of the jockey, and is looking ahead. One could even guess that the ferret was giving instructions to the jockey in his ear, but who knows? Nobody's going to say otherwise. The last sticker is trailing behind already. It's sauntering down the racetrack as if it's moving to some jive beats. It really doesn't seem like it's racing at all. And the rider is asleep on the last sticker, and Napoleon is out. He's not quite as fast as the last ferret, but it's Terry's ferret. But Napoleon is running fast. He's running fast down the corner, and they're around the first corner, and they are neck and neck at the last ferret. And Napoleon is right there. Napoleon's there, and the last ferret, they're right around the corner, and the ferret is looking furious. They're furiously there. The ferret looks over at Napoleon, and the ferret on the jockey's back looks over at Napoleon, and it sees Napoleon is gaining. And the ferret is really unhappy, and the last sticker is just jauntily walking around. It's not in a rush. The driver, the jockey is he's taking out a cigarette, and he's like, yeah, it's all going good, it's going fine. This is a nice day to be riding. And at the start of the race, the last ferret is neck and neck with Napoleon, and they're right next to each other. The horses' heads are right here, and the jockey on Napoleon is looking at the ferret and being like, what the hell, there's a ferret here. And the ferret is angry. The ferret is so angry looking at the jockey, and the ferret decides to make a maneuver, and we're going around the third corner. There are several corners to this race track, and look, the ferret on top of the jockey, it has jumped onto Napoleon. And the jockey suddenly, without its driver, doesn't know what to do. The jockey's thrown his arms in the air and gone, what? You've left me here. The jockey actually doesn't seem to know how to drive, and has jumped over the paddock, and the horse, the last ferret, is now drinking from the river. He's out of the race, and Napoleon's going ahead, but the jockey has got a ferret on his back. He's got a ferret on his back biting into his ear. What the hell? I can't do this. No. And Napoleon. And the jockey is off, and Napoleon, the horse, he's going to continue the race because Napoleon, the horse, is a great horse. He knows what to do. And this last sticker is just rounding the second corner. And the jockey on top, he's started playing a game of cards. Yeah, he's just solitaire on the back of the horse. All good. But Napoleon the ferret's not gone. The ferret's on top of the horse, Napoleon. And the ferret is biting into Napoleon, and Napoleon is like, because it's cold on the racetrack. And the ferret, he gets into the secret part, just behind Napoleon's ear, his most sensitive part, the part that only Vera knows. And Vera sees this. No, she's not Scottish. No. There. No, the ferret is getting next to his ear. I do hope that he doesn't chew on the ferret, on Napoleon's sensitive ear bit. And the ferret bites in it's round in the final corner, the fifth corner of the racetrack, and the ferret bites into Napoleon's ear, and Napoleon goes because he's cold, and he falls over, and the last sticker just saunters past. The jockey on the top, he's taking another small TV, and he's watching another racetrack in a more prestigious location. He's watching the racing down there. Okay, and the last sticker saunters, very chilled out, over the race, over the finish line, over the finish line, and wins. And it is negative for Vera Lewis. Oh no! Poor Napoleon. Not only has he lost the race, he's fallen over and been bitten by an inexplicable ferret. So, that is that. We are now at the aftermath. So, the first player, Rod Hopkins, has these cards. That means we have a positive outcome for Rod. Try to show you this. Positive outcome for Rod. Try to do the maths while these terrible things are there. So we've got a 5 and a 5 here. So we've got a +4 for Rod. Which is positive, but like not the most positive. And it says this. Shocking. Well, this was humiliating. What was he doing before? He'd done well. He'd just seen some wonderful magic. Shocking. Well, this was humiliating. My reputation is now in dirty pieces all around me, and I never think of these days without a shudder of horror at my own aggressive ignorance. I think that my best days are behind me. Ah, yes, so he's taken the betting slip, the false betting slip. He's tried to make it look legitimate, him and George, and he's been the one to take it to Bob. But it's not gone so well. Is that fair? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, yeah, okay. It's not gone so well for him. Bob, who does not speak, can see through forgeries like nobody's business. I just got to hand in this bet for 100. No, it's not a forgery. It's totally legit. Like, what do you mean I'm sacked? I work in the restaurant. I don't really work here. What do you mean you own the restaurant and you're not allowing me to go here? Well, fine. Okay, I'm going to go away. I'm going to go away and I'm going to try and learn some magic because I think that's cool. And off he goes away from the racetrack. His reputation in the race, he'll never work in the races again, but he, maybe, one day, maybe he'll learn magic, but he'll never be good at it. And he'll always think, I could have been a horse trainer. If only I hadn't made that mistake of trying to pass off a sort of semi-forged bet. And also, Mr. Magoo, never going to make it in magic, because Mr. Magoo is unhappy with him because he took his £100 and never gave him his money for the last sticker's win. So the next one, George Pittman, he has, I think we make that +1 negative, which is pretty bad. It's pretty bad for all of them. +1 negative. Alright. Horrifying. I'm probably dead, right? Other people too. Probably innocent people. There's no justice, there's no mercy. Everything is utterly, painfully screwed, and it is all of it, my fault. So, George Pittman, his reputation is in tatters. The Bobbity Bob has sent him out on his ear. I'm sorry, boss. I heard about the falsified betting slips. It was a complete mistake. What do you mean you're going to send your lackeys round to beat me up? I'm your biggest lackey. Yeah, but you mean the smaller ones, they're better with knives, are they? Well, I'll leave. I'll leave right now. But that evening, in his house, he is set upon by the lackeys of the other people of Bobbity Bob, who has a long arm outside of the racing world. And he is beaten up, left for dead, and generally has a lot of egg on his face. Vera Lewis has quite a good selection, actually. So she has got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red. So 8 red. And she, well, you know, my horse has fallen bound, but hapless. While I'm not precisely better off, I'm no worse for having been involved in this ridiculous disaster either. I'm back where I was, and given the circumstances, we can all agree that's pretty good. Yes, I haven't won a lot of money. In fact, I've lost what I put in, but it wasn't everything. You know, I still have my business. I still can sell horseshoes around the world. And just generally, I'm thinking that maybe I don't need my parents' approval, which I'll never get because they're dead. So, I will keep keeping horses. And maybe I'll race them every so often, I don't know, but I don't need them to race and win in the Grand National. That was a fool's errand. That was an errand of something that I do not need. Because I am good enough in myself. And that is all you can really ask for. And will I help my poor hapless son-in-law? to get back on his feet? No, he can make his own way in the world. You have to make your own mistakes, you know. He's not my son. And so that, as they say, is that. And so that Wednesday evening, the sun sets on the racetrack. The people have gone away. The lackeys are heading out to beat the hell out of George Pittman for trying to pass off falsified betting slips. And at least one of the characters lives happily ever after. That was One Player Fiasco with Horse Fever.